time for another math topic. We are going to go ahead and learn about area today. There we go. So we're going to learn how to calculate area of rectangles and circles. Something probably most of you have encountered at some point in your life. Some of you are probably pros at this. Some of you might do this calculation in your head on a daily basis. But we are going to go through the fundamentals just so everybody's on the same page. It may seem like something that's not particularly important for a water class, but we are going to be dealing with volumes of water, right? So when you take area, you are multiplying two linear measurements, feet by feet, inches by inches, meters by meters, and that's as long as your units are the same, you're going to get a two-dimensional measurement, right? Square feet, square inches, square meters. And then in water, a lot of times we then take it one step further and add on a third dimension. That's how we calculate volume, right? So now it would be length times width times depth would give us a volume. So this is sort of the first step in that. But also, because this is water conservation, we are concerned pretty deeply with irrigation, particularly in the second half of the class. We're going to be shifting to outdoor conservation. And something that's big in that is figuring out the amount of area that is irrigated or the amount of area with a particular type of plant. Let's say grass, right? We might want to figure out how much grass is on property, something along those lines. So area is actually a pretty useful thing for us to be able to calculate. So, like I said, you're going to be multiplying together two different measurements, linear measurements, one-dimensional measurements, right? Then once you multiply those together, you're going to get a two-dimensional answer. So feet times feet equals square feet. Inches times inches, square inches. What's important here is that we're not saying feet times inches. That doesn't work. Your units have to be the same, okay? So area equals length times width. Simple as that. What happens if you're looking at a rectangle and you don't know which one is the length and which one is the width? Doesn't matter. Fortunately, it does not. Not in this case. Because we are multiplying, 4 times 3 is the same as 3 times 4, right? They both equal 12. So if you're not entirely positive what is the length and what is the width, that's okay. You just need to have your two measurements in there. Okay, so if we were to have a rectangle that was 2 feet wide and 10 feet long, you would just simply put in 10 feet times 2 feet equals 20 feet, right? In this class, I do not expect you to do math in your head. You can use a calculator, absolutely, just as the state lets you use a calculator on the D2, T2, 3, etc. exams. AWWA, I believe, lets you use a calculator for their water use efficiency practitioner exams. I know that they do. So don't feel like you have to do the math in your head. Sometimes there will be bigger numbers than this. But, let's say that it had said 24 inches wide instead of 2 feet. Well, you do need to convert your units, right? Like we said, we need to have the same units. Or what if we wanted to calculate it in inches, right? You could just as easily multiply 10 by 12 because there are 12 inches in a foot. We want to convert feet to inches, so we would multiply by 12 to get 120 inches, and then plug in our 24 inches that was given to us, and we'll get our answer in square inches. So it doesn't matter what unit you pick necessarily. I mean, it depends what you want your answer in, but you'll get the correct measurement as long as both of your units are the same. Okay? So how do you know which units to use? Well, there will usually be some sort of hint in the question, right? Square feet. What is the area in square feet? Now that that's there, we know that we need to convert this measurement in inches to feet so that we can get our answer in square feet. Okay? Same here. Um, this is giving us measurements primarily it's giving us measurements in a mixture of feet and inches. So we have the choice of either converting it to feet or converting it to inches. So in this case, we chose to convert it to inches. That is 2 times 24. I do the math for you right here. I'm sorry, 2 times 12 to give you 24 inches, plus the 8 inches that were given to us here is going to equal 32 inches, times 10 multiplied by 12 inches per foot to give us 120 inches. So when you do the math, that is your answer. I'm going to let you go through, do the rest on your own. There is the next little section on area of a circle. Keep in mind, these formulas are on your formula sheet, right, that you downloaded. Make sure to use that. You don't even have to memorize these. They're something that's given to you. All right, so go through, take a look. If you have questions, there is the math question discussion board. Make sure you understand this because, like I said, it is sort of the building block for calculating depth, for calculating volume. So here we go. All right, enjoy calculating area.